Lessons and Justin and everybody else who's done GMing on the channel basically steals almost all the ideas from Kingmaker and puts it in their worlds. So I don't know, it would be super redundant if I like take the main plot of it and just try and go through it normally. I would have to literally make up half the stuff we would have to do just to get it to run. But I think it would be super fun to do something like that. I don't know. Like, you remember the Stag Lord, Panda? I can barely hear you. Now I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, I can't hear him. Let me put my Pathfinder background on. There we go. That fits the theme much better.
There you go.
Still can't hear you, Panda. Pando. Not Panda.
I said Panda, I'm sorry.
Oh, Robert, if you get some time, I'll want a sheet for my familiar.
I made a sheet for you.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'll have to find it. What's it called?
Anton Familiar. It's in the characters section.
Found it. Thank you. I can't edit it, though.
Everybody should have you should have editing power. Hold on. Alright, it's fixed. You should have editing power now.
Okay, I'll try one more time. Yep, there we go.
Any luck with Panda?
It looks like he's still trying to troubleshoot it.
I'm guessing I would go to create an NPC to do.
That would probably be the easiest because then you can just put it in automatically. Discord's been bad. Dang, I'm sorry, Panda. Is it the mic or is it just the camera? Like, I could see you, but I cannot hear you at all.
I mean, the voice part wasn't broken this morning. I know, shit, whatever it is that controls texting was.
What, on Discord, actually? Even in user settings, it's like, for video, voice and all that stuff, nothing's coming through.
Hello?
Hello! We can hear you.
Okay, I just unplugged everything and plugged it back in, and it seems to work.
That is always the method.
Yeah. Works
Simplest
every time.
solutions.
Okay. That's working.
But yeah, the Stag Lord is literally Act 1 of Kingmaker. That was the whole point I was trying to make.
Wow.
So if we do it, we would basically be recreating most of that act, just with some changes, of course.
Neat.
But I would
Well-
love to run that because I think that would be a really fun campaign. But that is a long term. But like it's like committing to at least like 2 years, which might not be.
Anyone
you
know
do
how
the
to play
actual-
Shadowrun?
What's that?
How does one even play Shadowrun, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I guess we'll find out.
Online with a group of friends.
Wait.
How does one create a character?
Are you trying to play Kingmaker and Shadowrun?
No.
Oh,
just-
okay.
That would
Are
be
going to play
amazing in its
Shadowrun.
own way, but Shadowrun. No, they're going to be doing Shadowrun on the channel soon.
This game confuses me.
Which edition? That's
Fifth.
the problem. Okay, 5th.
I mean, I haven't played. I've seen a lot of Shadowrun and heard about it. I just haven't played it, and so I have no idea how to actually play it.
I mean, we did 2 sessions of it on the channel 6 years ago,
Yeah,
so
Those-
I definitely remember everything, right?
gotta look up a tutorial.
Those
I'll
two-
just rewatch those 2. I'll just rewatch the 2 sessions. I figure I probably asked questions.
I don't know if those 2 sessions will be enough.
I'm playing the same character, just with some books restricted. Literally, I just lose a bit of my gear. That's it. I'm the same character. I use the same books as he restricted it down to. I just lose my super special bow. Well, not even my bow. I lose 2 elements of my bow: the custom look and the custom grip.
I gotta really look into this because I played the 4th edition Shadowrun, which is apparently super fucking different. So, because like character creation already confuses me.
Now,
'Cause,
Chummer is pretty lead your hand, by the way.
Well, 4th edition, like it was a point buy system, which is
Yeah,
complex
this is a letter thing.
yeah, which
If you want to be any type of metahuman, just choose A or B. You want to be, if you want to put your skills all the way to the highest, put your skills A or B. It's literally just A, B, C, D, or E. And just,
Oh, I get that part.
yeah, it's very simple.
I don't know what any of the things are in the game, so it's kind of hard to.
But see, that's the thing, is I didn't even fucking learn it when I was making my original character. I just went through Chummer. I just used Chummer and look at this option. Okay, that sounds cool. What does that do? Alright, this thing sounds cool. What does that do? I made more than one character, by the way. I didn't just do that for one character. I said, fuck it, I'm done.
Mhm.
I mean, I made a guy whose arms come off and they're like drones and they fly around.
really
Not just his arms, his legs, everything. Yeah, I
Do we have a-
didn't just make Arm Come Off Boy from DC. I just made a whole bunch of things. I tried to figure out the fastest character you could make. Make the Flash in that game. You can, by the way.
that sounds pretty much like what do you call it? Mutants and Masterminds, where you can make anything.
Well, you gotta, like, if you want to be the fastest man alive, you still gotta like, invest in it heavily. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was a centaur with roller skates or a jet for an ass or something. I can't remember.
A jet for an ass.
Yeah, you gotta get propulsion somehow.
That's one way of doing it, I guess, but that's really weird.
I don't know. Back when Griff was running it, we were using every book, so Lessons has restricted it down a bit. So
That might be for the best.
Probably.
Like,
I mean, it's a trade-off as always. Simpler, but less options.
no, there's still a shit ton of options.
I
I'd
mean,
rather
Yeah.
You could use the main book alone, and you'll still get drowned in options.
simpler with a decent amount of options. It doesn't have to be super crazy.
The book is like 500 pages long.
Like I said, it doesn't bug me at all. The core of my character and his OP-ness, I love saying that word, is still there, even with the 3 books we're limited to.
Oh boy, power gamer alert. We're so screwed, guys.
Not
It's
really.
gonna take over the whole campaign. What are we gonna do?
Have you met Theta before?
Well, no. I mean, not before playing in the D&D campaign.
I know that,
Otherwise,
but like,
yes.
no, but you like this is what he does.
My D&D character is not min-maxed either, so I guess that's also the... Necromancers aren't really
True.
min-maxed characters.
All right,
True.
fair enough. You're
I'd be
not
the
min-maxed in this
sorcerer
case.
warlock or something like that if I was going min-max. You know, Hexlock,
Coffee lock?
Sorkadin, or Coffee Lock, but Coffee Lock really has to have GM buy-in, and Lessons does not seem to me the person who would buy in. Look, I built a paladin solely so that I could, what's the one with the AoE thing? The Spirit Guardians. So I could Spirit Guardians myself and then have that affect my horse, so I would have double Spirit Guardians. And by the rules as written of the spell, that's how it fucking works. Lesson says no. So, I don't try to get anything past anymore, even if it's how the rules say the game is played.
I'm with. Get away with it, I think, which is part of the craziness of all this.
You
But
cut
that's
off
fun,
like
though.
at the beginning.
I let you get away with a lot when the rules say something, so.
Alright. Pathfinder time or Babylon 5-minute time?
Well, Babylon 5 finished, because that's what the game starts. Sorry, I'm finishing dinner, that's why my thing is down.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have dinner like after.
The stream always starts with the Babylon 5.
True.
Yeah, we'll make it tradition. So how'd it go?
Are we going?
Gary has stopped watching Babylon 5 is what I'm taking away.
No, I was wondering if we're on right now, but yeah,
You've been on for the last 10 minutes.
I wasn't sure. I don't know when you click start on these things, man.
You are
yeah.
in the channel that alerts you when I go live.
Yeah, well, I'm running this through my my laptop, and when I do that, the mobile turns off. I don't get any alerts, so I don't see the alert that you've gone live, but I will keep an eye out. But yeah, no, I did. I kept watching, and it's as much as I love Star Trek, and I love the whole world of Star Trek, and the ideas behind it. It's nice to have a show where money still exists and can create all kinds of complications. That's what I watched this time. It was an episode where this doctor like smuggles a bunch of organic circuitry and whatnot from a dead planet onto the station to study it, and what like takes over this one guy and turns him into some hulking like organically powered super soldier. And at the end, when they're talking to him, like, why would you do this? Well, this is so incredibly dangerous and illegal and unethical and irresponsible. Why would you do it? And his entire reason is, well, they paid me a lot of money to do it. I was like, all right, corporations still exist. They still have unchecked control over everything because they've got the money to throw at it. And now they're setting up stuff for the Earth First movement that they say is going on back home. And a shady branch of the military showed up to confiscate all that technology that they had. They said, yeah, we need it for like planetary security reasons.
Who's the president?
Oh man, I cannot remember that. It was one of the episodes they had. It might have been the pilot actually, where they had the election was going on, and I cannot remember who won the election.
But the guy who won is president?
Yeah, it was an older guy. I can't remember his name, but like I don't think we've seen him yet. Like if he actually shows up as a character, he hasn't.
I do
arrived.
like that me asking the guy who won as president is also real world political commentary right now.
Of course. Yeah. Of course the guy who won. But yeah, I think it was between like a man and a woman, and it was the guy that won. I just cannot remember his name. Because they haven't talked about it since.
Got it. So try not to spoil.
Right on. But yeah, so that was the whole thrust of this one was, corporations have insane power because they can throw money behind things. And so, all right, cool. We at least still have that to work with. Whereas Star Trek, money doesn't exist. So, you got to find different motivations for
I
things.
bet you 5 gold pressed bars of latinum that it does.
Yeah, they bring it back in DS9, but like until because in season 1 of Next Gen, there's Picard has that whole big speech he gives about how money no longer exists and there's no economy and no currency. But yeah, then you meet the Ferengi and all of a sudden they've got money and everybody trades with it. I don't know. It's just
That's called continuity's thrown out the window once.
Oh
Gene
yeah,
Roddenberry's
that's
dead.
absolute plot convenience.
Well, like when Gene Roddenberry died, like during Next Generation and all that, that's when they actually started, rewriting and changing.
Oh yeah, that's when they were actually allowed to start doing more world building.
Yeah, and women stopped getting raped in the episodes.
Yeah, they stopped doing that soft lighting that they always frame women in whenever they just like smear the Vaseline on the lens and pump the lights on them.
Yeah, because Gene was the sexual predator of the show. At least of the story.
Well, I've never heard that before, but holy shit.
No, that's true. He was always the one pushing for all that shit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roddenberry was a horny man. Oh, and speaking of problematic people, I did see Harlan Ellison's name pop up in the credits for Babylon 5 today.
Oh, God.
I knew he had involvement. I knew he was involved in some way, but yeah, he showed up at the beginning. It said, like, conceptual consultant, Harlan Ellison. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go.
I mean, Ellison's problematic just because he's an asshole.
Oh, he's an
pretty
absolute
much the gist of it, right?
Dickhead, for the most part. I mean, there were other things, yeah, but for the most part, he was just a dick and was very proud to be an asshole, and that was his main thing.
The problem is he's a good writer, though.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like he was one of the pillars of science fiction for so long that he got away with a lot of it.
And then people also ripped him off, so he got angry about that.
Well, that's a little different. I can understand why you'd be angry about that.
Yeah, but he wrote entire books about how people ripped him off.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like it'd be one thing if he was just mad about it and said things every now and again, but like, yeah, he would write entire articles and books, and the lawsuits that man filed were just endless. It was crazy. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what more he pops up in, because I think J. Michael Straczynski was like the executor of his estate, and he's still working on releasing like one last anthology that Ellison had started back in like 77 or 78 that never came to fruition.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ellison had the Dangerous Visions books. There were 2 of them, and it was all these anthologies of stories that he like commissioned from other writers or bought the rights to. And then he bought a bunch of stories for a 3rd one that just never materialized. And then that was another thing, was someone that sold a story to him for that book wound up publishing it somewhere else, and he had a bunch of lawsuits about that. And they were like, "No, man, you haven't done anything with the story in like 20 years. Like, you don't own the rights to this anymore." And now I think Straczynski is like still trying to publish it. Like, he's still shopping it around, but it's probably just never going to happen because I don't think anybody cares anymore. Like, most of the writers that submitted stuff for it are dead now. Like, it's all old stories that most people either don't want printed because, like, no, this is my early work that isn't any good, or they've passed on, and so now you've got to deal with a bunch of like estates that have to give you the rights. It's all a tangled mess now.
You would think when you have like a name like Ellison attached to like stuff like that they would jump on it because he's still a massive selling author.
Oh yeah. But I think it was he probably just burned too many bridges at the time. I think he pissed off enough people in publishing that nobody wanted to even touch it.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they didn't want to deal with him. But anyway, there's the Babylon 5.
All right. So I guess we're ready to go then. Are we ready? Or did everybody level up? Let me ask that first. Who had to level up?
Yes. Just finished doing that a little while ago.
I haven't done some of my things, but I'm fine to go.
Yeah, I think I need to pick a feat, but I haven't done that yet. So
Okay.
I think I have like 3 more spells, and I didn't take a familiar, but I'm not too bothered. So
You taking the bonded object?
no, I just haven't taken my familiar.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you are taking familiar, just not picking it.
They're both shitty options, so that's why I'm not too bothered.
yeah,
Fair
I got
enough.
my skills because I decided to go ahead and multi-class ranger, so that opens up some new skills for me. So now we finally have knowledge geography. That's
I've got all
finally
knowledges
covered.
now. I found.
We should.
Yeah, because I think so should Anton, I guess.
So just to clarify and make sure I got it right, all of you multi-class into something, and we got 2 that multi-class into wizard, 1 that multi-class into ranger.
Isn't Panderin's character stay?
Well, he didn't level up.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't level.
well, that does not
Oh yeah,
make
you
me
started a
wrong.
level higher.
Does
right?
not make me wrong.
It is a combination class thing.
But you're staying brawler, right?
Yeah.
Because it's already technically 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your
So I just want to.
what's your total in geography now?
Right now I've got it at a +5. I could add a little more to it.
Mine said +5 too with no points in it. But
Yeah, I've got 2 points in it.
I'm trained in it, or it's a class skill rather.
Yeah, mine is now too. So I'm gonna put a little in the handle animal actually because my charisma is at a -1. So now I can actually do handle animal checks.
Huzzah!
Yeah, mine's a 4 in handle animal.
That's what I'm rocking now too.
Cool, we're almost the same guy, you and
I know. We're
say,
doing.
staring at you with all my undead standing by me. You and me, we're the same guy.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wind up with going for a 2-handed ranger build. I'm gonna keep my axes, but I'll probably just start following the ranger track from now on. It makes the most sense since we're all scampering through the woods and whatnot.
And you're half elf.
And I'm half elf, and I figure we've been hanging out with Auburn so much. Like, she's a ranger, she could teach me some things, and I can basically start like becoming a ranger.
She is. She's part ranger. Ranger cleric.
Right?
I thought she was just an old woman.
Ranger cleric. She's 2 classes.
She's an old ranger cleric.
So I have a new companion person you rescued, which is Sirio.
Missing a leg, right?
Yeah, he's missing a leg, just like Auburn, actually.
Yeah. Like
now that I think about it.
One-legged rangers.
Though his leg wound is recent, as he explained, it was bitten off and melted by a black dragon.
All right. Well, we know the black dragon is still fucking shit up, even though they said it wasn't doing a whole lot for him.
Yep.
It's yeah, and he has just to you Fort Riston, and by invaded, you kind of made a plan to sneak through it. Where you did, you killed a bunch of Fae. You rescued Serio. You made friends with atomies and leprechauns. And yeah, that the Fae are just getting drunk at the fort. So, recap. Now you are heading back. Where are you actually heading? Are you heading back to the troglodyte caves?
I think that was the decision that we made. We were going to head back there to regroup and get Sirio back because we can't drag him up to one of the other areas. So,
I have a question then. Who is going to roll the d20 to find out what happens?
I'll do it. 9.
All right, pick your spot.
I guess we're going to go ahead and just go here.
All right. So you are moving a little slower, mostly because of Serio's injury, unless if somebody wants to carry him. Which you got a bunch of skeletons and, a bunch of undead, and like your party's pretty large. at the moment. So it's up to you if you want to do that. So it might take you a little bit longer to get back to the camp. Usually it would take like about a week. Maybe it'll take a few days more. I need another D20 roll just real quick to check something if anybody else wants to roll it. Who's feeling lucky?
Nothing could go wrong.
Because we got the 9, and now we got an 8. Anton, pick the location that you're going to move into.
All right. Oops, I can't move that token, so just right there.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So, second day on the road, the large group of you do come across something, and it's quite a shocking sight, really. We'll just use one of the older forest maps for a quick second. Most of you are on here.
Yeah, our old hobgoblin buddy. I remember him.
I mean, he's still around.
But he's back at the cave.
Yeah.
Or is he?
No, he is. You notice like what looks like multiple corpses, all strewn around the forest here. It's not a open pathway really. It looks like you're in like a shrubbery clearing. The corpses are goblinoid and humanoid alike. Looks like a battle took place here.
Fun.
What do you do?
Definitely want to examine the bodies and the area. See what happened.
Roll a. Well, I guess like we'll start with a perception. That's a really good perception.
I'm finally trained in perception. It's a class skill, so
Nice.
it goes way up.
Huzzah! You notice. So the bodies are a decent mix of hobgoblin and humanoid, but the humans are not dressed like the Trenchado Rangers. They're not even dressed like Nirmathai. They're wearing like the red armor of Molthune.
Oh,
Okay.
Boone's pressing up now.
Oh no, Wilson.
Does it look like they all killed each other, like they were fighting one another, or does it look like there was someone else involved?
The way the bodies are arranged, like it looks like it was the group of Molthune soldiers was surrounded at one point, and they were fighting back the hobgoblins. So like on like the outskirts of a circle, because the majority, like the bulk of the Molthune soldiers, are like in a circle area over here, right? Like near the trees. The bulk of them are there, and like right next to them on the fringes would be several dead hobgoblins. You count maybe about 6 or 7 dead hobgoblins, and about 10 to 12 dead Molthune soldiers.
All right, so they fought each other.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the Molthune army used hobgoblins as mercenaries before.
Yes,
those days are over.
They have done that before, yes.
I want to start rifling through pockets and bags, see if I can find anything. Any orders, any paperwork, anything that might indicate particularly why Molthune is up here.
Does anybody else want to do anything with the bodies while we're here?
Elnam?
What?
Want to do anything with the bodies?
Not a pervert. By the way, could you delete these 2 tokens over here? They're dead. They've been long dead.
Sorry.
I just mean a little bit of house cleaning on the sheets. You can delete dog and dents. They're both dead.
I didn't even know they were still here.
And also, can you stretch out my guy wall here? He is
Large.
Larg.
yeah. Thank you.
Sirio says, how many of them are dead?
How many of them are dead?
Most,
You
if
see-
not
you
all.
count-
Are there any survivors?
Do a heal check on that one.
I mean,
That's
that
a
can be
new-
fixed easily.
New class skill I've got.
Okay.
You find one person breathing still.
Oh wait, hold on.
Molthune?
Wait, are you trying to kill him?
No, just indicating that I have the skill set to just make it look natural.
Fun.
Look, sometimes you want someone to die who's been stabilized, who everyone thinks should probably live, but you're quite certain that they shouldn't. For times like
That's
this, there's
That's
Master
very.
Code.
That is very dark.
Yeah.
Well, I have the
Yep.
one spell specifically designed to be in that case.
You see a Molthune soldier, clad in. I know like the token doesn't really read it, but he looks like to be an older gentleman with white, grayish hair. He has bruises across his face and his arms. He's dressed in what looks like a chain shirt, scale shirt. Maybe like definitely dressed to like move in the forest, quite easy. And he's still breathing, but he looks like he's faint. Maybe he's unconscious. You can't really tell.
We're not friendly with Molthune, are we?
That's a matter of debate.
Well, yeah, I'm debating it with these people. We're not friendly with Molthune, are we?
Coriel would not be very friendly with Molthune. He would have been fighting them on the borders for a while.
So probably for the best that there were no survivors, right?
Aubryn says we should at least try and find out what happened.
Right. But that just means that involves letting the guy live, and then he can report back that he's seen us.
Is there any officer-looking dudes on the hobgoblin side or
You
goblinoid
don't.
side?
Ooh.
Does any of them look like Jesus?
Any of
No,
them
no-
have
none of them-
special colors?
None of them look like Jesus. You don't notice any officers. You don't notice anybody that has like a distinguishing look to them that would define them as an officer, because you've
Okay.
seen enough hobgoblins and the like to to determine who like some of their ranks at this point. But they look like they're mostly just regular troopers, like forest soldiers, scouts, and
Okay.
things like that. There's also one dead bugbear, for what it's worth.
Notable. Okay.
Aubryn says, I think it's worth to at least try and talk to the man. Then if you want, you can
Yeah.
ease his passing.
Oh, there's no easing about it.
Sirio's like, why are we even debating this? They're the enemy.
This man knows what it's about.
So what do you want to do to him?
Well, so far we're 3-1 on this man's the enemy.
He doesn't have to be, though.
Sorry, are you guys hearing a weird other voice? That's not in character, by the way. That's me,
Oh,
the
okay.
editor.
Oh, I don't think so.
Every so often, one of you are going to talk, and it's like, hello. Isn't
No, I think I noticed that too when Pando just said something. I
Oh.
heard like a
It's
weird.
probably because I'm watching a stream in the background.
okay?
Or was.
I couldn't tell if it was feedback or whatever it was. Just like, what the hell? It's driving me crazy.
Ghost in the Mission.
That's kind of funny though.
All right. Anyway, what was the last thing that was said?
That he doesn't have to be though.
Yeah.
These guys are religious nuts, from what I recall.
Oberyn says you did spare a hobgoblin, remember?
Yeah, but he never did me any harm.
What did this guy do to harm you?
Oh, you see, that guy's name is Trevor, and once when I was a child, he dumped my head into the outhouse.
His name is not Trevor at all. What are you talking about?
How do you know? What do you know, Oberyn?
Oh, why not ask him?
Oh, because he's dying.
Well,
How
decision
about
then. What are you
this?
gonna do?
How about this, Oberyn, since we're having a conversation? And let's be nice people and have a nice conversation, because that's what we do. We're civilized. Is it kinder to bring him back to his senses, ask him a few questions, and then kill him, or to just let him die?
He might have valuable information.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is it kinder? Which of these things is a more humane thing to do?
More humane. The more humane would be to bring him back from death.
Right. Well, clearly we can't let him go, though, because he's seen us. And he works for an enemy who will, no doubt, mobilize to, I don't know, end our very lives, let's say.
Oberyn just looks confused. Are you trying to convince her to kill the guy? What are you
No,
trying
I'm
to
asking her a legitimate question. Which is the more kindly thing to do? Let him pass the way he is, or bring him back so that we can ask him some pointed questions he probably won't want to answer, by the way, and then kill him?
The kinder thing to do is to bring him back.
So he can suffer twice. Got it. All right, we're racing this guy so we can hurt him some more.
Oberyn's gonna do a heal check on him, then, I guess.
I only speak for me, by the way. There's 3 other voices in this crowd.
I know, nobody's saying a word.
Oh, I said he
Yeah.
might have valuable information. We should see to that.
We should torture him. Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
That's not the same.
Hey, I'm the one who, as the streamer, is against torture. I'm just saying that this man's dying, and you're deciding to heal him again so that we can get
And-
information from him, and then we will no doubt have to kill him by the end of conversation, which
What a
is...
hot take. Torture is bad. Never saw that one coming.
Well, you would be surprised at the number of fantasy streamers. All about pulling nails, you know, cutting dicks.
What?
Look, sometimes people go right for the dick first. You're like,
That's
Played
why?
with a guy.
Pretty fucked.
Played in a D&D campaign with a guy one time who played a rogue, and that became his thing. Was he would kill people and then cut their dicks off as trophies, and it was just like really not necessary, man.
No, it's
I
not.
think when you're
That's-
going after a male character, though, going after their dick first is like, whoa, don't start with that. You know, it's the whole,
Yeah.
You got to lead up to it, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
but if
but
you go there first, it's a bigger threat. Like, this is what I'm going to do to you. So tell me, and we don't have to play this out. It's a real meta game of the no torture rule, right?
The Oberyn spends a few minutes, stabilizes, and heals up the dying man, or the wounded man, I should say. He wakes up, his eyes like flutter open, takes a breath, and he looks up. I guess the first face he sees is Oberyn and Coriel.
Yeah, I'll be right here.
Sure.
And he says, reinforcements.
Clever guy, she's calling for reinforcements.
Are you betrayed?
Betrayed by who?
Who are you?
Coriel crouched down. It's like, it's not important right now. What is important is that you're a long way from home. You don't have any friends around.
He looks around and he says, "Oh, then I'm at your mercy."
You doing this far across the border?
Patrols offered our lieutenant was offered a chance to reclaim Fangwood Keep.
Do we know Fangwood Keep? We heard of that one before.
You roll a local knowledge.
Local.
It's not one of the three.
Coriel, you know of it. Where
know
you were, it is a border keep where you were near where you were stationed.
Okay.
On this side of the river. So, like, going back to like the main map for a quick sec, or the Nirmathas map.
Oh, we have heard about this. There was like a big.
That was Ramgate. That's a different keep.
Okay, Ramgate. Never mind. That's what I'm thinking.
So, like, Ramgate was over here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's all over the place. It's a moving place.
I'm guessing that's Fangwood. Bob, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Also, your camera's been frozen for a while.
Jesus, is it really?
Yeah, to be honest, though, it wasn't really a problem for me.
I was just saying that it was frozen. If maybe his.
There's nothing I don't know why
as long
the
as
camera.
your mic's working.
I don't know why the camera sucks. Anyway, Fangwood Keep is on this side of the river. Ramgate is on this side. Ramgate was the site of a massacre that was done years ago. Fangwood Keep has traded hands like between Molthune and Nirmathas like dozens of times over. And according to you would know this, Coriel, just because of your own fighting on the border. Last you heard, it was under control of Nirmathas.
Okay, so he says that they were offered a chance to retake Fangwood Keep. Who offered you the chance, and what are you doing this far north of the keep?
Let out here. Lieutenant Voss, he's the one. Do you have any water, by chance? I don't even know where I am at the moment. He kind of just like babbles for a quick second.
Yeah, let's give him some water.
He like quickly like just chugs it down. He says, "Thank you, thank you." My name's what is his name? I forgot, and it's not Trevor.
It is now.
No, my name is Akir.
Rovette. My name is Rovette.
Akir Burling. Member of Voss's Irregulars, Molthune Army. We were going after Fangwood Keep, taking it over under Voss's orders. Then he let us out here. We got ambushed by a bunch of these hobgoblins. And he just walked off with them. Don't know why.
Your lieutenant walked away with the hobgoblins? He survived?
Yes.
So, but
It's He told us that we were going to be doing patrols to secure the borders area here. We heard activities of Nirmathas scouts and the rangers were trying to mobilize defenses. So he sent us out with them. What's going on? Who are these hobgoblins? And why are they working with the lieutenant?
I don't know anything about your lieutenant, but the hobgoblins have been slowly spreading through the area, taking things over.
Slowly spreading, you said?
Seems that way. They took over the town of Phaendar a month or two back. We keep spotting them out here in the woods. They're trying to take over different ranger encampments. Don't know anything about this?
We've heard
You're
reports.
not working with the hobgoblins?
Why would I work with them? I'm just following orders to come out here and take over the Fangwood Keep. It was shockingly easy. Seemed
Keep
like
has fallen?
Well, the keeps it was under Lieutenant Voss's control, but I guess now it's under Hobgoblin control. I don't know.
Would I have ever heard of Voss? Is that someone that maybe I would have heard about through like military?
Yeah, profession, military or soldier if you have it.
I should really probably put some more points in that.
You've heard the name Voss before. Voss is. You've heard of the unit. Voss Irregulars are a small unit, usually like 50 or less soldiers at a time. And they tend to do a lot of forest raids and scouting raids on the borders of Nirmathas and the Fangwood. They have worked with beast units previously. They work on the behest of the Molthune army, obviously. Voss himself is a guy that you've never met, but the stories you hear about him is that he's pretty clever and calculating. So that's all you really know about Voss, at least.
All right, so he's worked with the hobgoblins before, and it looks like he might be working with them again.
That could be a possibility. You're not based off of like your limited knowledge.
Right.
Okay.
He says, how many hobgoblins are there? Is it an invading force? Is it an army? Is it just a raid? What's going on? You said they're taking over the region?
It's more like an army.
It sounds like an invasion force.
Then why the hell would he ally with them? I've heard reports of several hobgoblin patrols on the borders of Molthune, but everybody's kind of just been writing it off as a raid back at the capital.
After they took Phaendar, they seemed to build some kind of giant obsidian tower. We're not sure what they're doing with that.
Let me guess, you're all Nirmathas soldiers?
I was.
He actually breathes deep and sighs for a minute. And he says, well, I am at your mercy, whatever you choose to do.
Coriel's going to leave this for now and go over and start inspecting the hobgoblin bodies. To see if I can find any kind of paperwork or communication on them.
You did say that before. I should have made you roll a perception. I'm sorry.
I will do that now.
Most of these guys do not have any paper on them. You do find a decent amount of gold for what it's worth. You know,
That's always nice.
70 gold between the dead bodies.
You open up the ashen sheet, add 70 gold.
What
And-
I'll
kind
take care of that tonight.
Oh, go ahead.
What kind of equipment are we looking at from all these dudes?
All right. Well, the hobgoblins themselves look like they're like the forest, like forest soldier variety. So you got a lot of long bows, some breastplates, daggers, and short swords. A few scimitars here and there. For the Molthune, the dead men there, they are wearing very similar to what Akir is wearing. It is chain shirts. Some of them have composite long bows. Some of them have long swords, and then you see a couple of falchions. And with that perception, you notice at least a few potions of cure moderate. Like you got like 3 or 4 between them all.
Okay, how many Molthune dudes and Hobgoblin dudes are there total?
There are 7 dead hobgoblins and 11 dead Molthunes, with Akir here being the only survivor, so he would have been 12.
Okay.
Just to show you, like the close up of the guy. So like you don't find any paperwork though, or anything like that. Outside of like just rations and things, if you want to take those, there's really nothing else. Looks like it was purposely set up to be an ambush, because you see a lot of the bodies are peppered with arrows, and you see a lot of like slash marks and things like that. Akira himself actually has an arrow sticking out in his shoulder right now that looks like it just barely penetrated his chain shirt.
Or plate mail.
He's not really wearing the plate mail. This was just the best picture I can find for that fit the description.
Sure. Okay. Well, there's more stuff to carry, I guess.
Damn.
Anyway, Akira is pretty much at your mercy, whatever you want to do to him. If you actually do want to just murder him right here, that's up to you.
I'm not gonna do it.
Where are we going?
You're heading
don't
back
think
to
we
the
should.
caves, was the last location.
We were headed back to the troglodyte caves.
Alright, Scar, pick him up.
I mean, it seems like Molthune isn't working with them,
At least Voss is.
and they got
but-
betrayed by Voss. So.
Scar's gonna pick him up and we're carrying him back to the cave with us. Yep,
Alright.
bleed in heart liberals.
Here we go.
Aren't you like a real life? Anyway,
Yeah, I know. I'm just using it as an insult.
I
He's
know.
even.
I mean, you gotta admit, if you're gonna have a reverse interrogation on somebody, you just pretend to be hurt and ask them questions as you tell them stuff, and
Yep.
this dude got a lot more information than we got from him.
that's
He's
true.
got an arrow sticking out of him. I don't think he's pretending to be hurt.
Yeah, well, that arrow could have just done 3 points of damage to him. He had 50 hit points. What does that even mean?
Well, we know that Molthune has come up over the river. They've retaken that keep. So while the hobgoblins are spreading, now Molthune is coming up from the south. So that's even more problems that we got to worry about.
Well, I guess we don't know if it's Molthune or the Hobgoblins who have control of that.
Sirio points out that, look, despite, I don't trust this guy farther than I can throw him, and I'm not in a position to throw anybody right now.
I don't know, hammer toss, you could probably get him.
That's not the point. But thank you for the joke. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, just, pivot one spot. You don't even have to.
My point, though, is that wouldn't it just be better for Molthune to fight these hobgoblins and for us to lay low? Like, obviously, we should retake all the keeps, rescue the rest of the rangers. But let them fight and just leave it at be. But if what he's saying is true and they're working together with this Voss fella, that's a problem. And maybe we should also take care of that too.
Yeah.
So you're going to basically just carry this guy and drag him all the way back to...
Scar is.
I mean, he's not objecting, or is he tied up at the moment, or no?
I don't think I have to.
He actually says the carrying's not necessary. I can walk.
Yeah, you can also stop talking for now.
Very good. So back to the main map. Can you please roll a d20? Somebody.
Who's up?
I don't know. Ooh! Pick your spot.
Home.
Left
Yeah,
or down?
Nice try. Right here?
I feel like we want to go down more than left.
So here instead?
Yeah,
Okay.
just because it's closer to their stuff. If we go left.
Where's my token?
What do you mean their stuff?
The hobgoblin stuff is...
Oh yeah, way off though.
Yeah, but they also had Red Jaw here, and
Yeah, which would killed everybody.
they could have
Except for
reclaimed
one
Red Jaw.
guy. One guy got away.
It's just closer to their operations than, like, down.
We also got to remember they got moving operations. They got a bunch of, I don't know what you call parties, I guess, moving around.
Like war bands.
King,
Yeah.
that stuff King told you before.
Militia? Alright. You're ready for
Times.
you're ready for what you rolled.
No.
Good.
Werewolf.
I mean, if you want, I'll throw them at you. But that
I mean,
wasn't the
last time
plan.
we
You have
Last time we saw this map
alchemical
was the werewolf.
silver dagger.
I'm sorry?
I think Coriel said, yeah, hit us with a werewolf.
We have an alchemical silver dagger. We're good.
Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't throw werewolves at you anymore.
Except for that one time where I killed it easily.
Yes, you did.
I forget, is King still alive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he be alive?
I don't know. I couldn't remember if you went down on that last fight because you were taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, but I mean, again, King could take... That's his whole point. King is a survivor.
Right, because you said like the more damage he takes, the stronger he gets, right?
Well, no, just like at half.
Once you get into negatives.
When he goes into his negatives, he gets like a bunch of bonuses, and that's basically it.
Alright, where are we at?
Can you copy and paste my guys from the last map?
Post yourselves in the north.
That was to Robert.
You won't... I heard you. Yeah, hold on one sec. You know what? I will literally copy and paste everybody and just post you. How's that sound?
Sounds like a series of words placed together into a sentence.
Because you guys have a lot of people with you right now. You can move yourselves wherever you want within the area here. Because you do run into something.
A rock. Ow, it hurts.
No rocks. Not yet, at least.
Cool, no elementals, guys. You heard him.
Huzzah!
At least no earth elementals. Take a step, fire elemental just erupts from the ground.
That would be amazing, but no.
Would it be amazing? I mean, it surprised me completely gone because Gary just called it if it was the case.
True. I mean, but then if that's actually what happened, it'd be pretty impressive that I called that shot.
Nope, it's not that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Robert would take another 5 minutes to figure out what he was going to do, so you'd be wrong, and then we'd all figure out that's what happened.
Just scramble.
Oh,
No,
no, it wasn't a fire elemental. In fact, it was...
Oh no.
Granting
Oh,
a
no.
wish, finally.
It's time.
Oh, are those
Wait.
bears? Shouldn't they be
My
bigger?
time has come.
They're two
I don't know.
large grizzly bears.
I just assumed bears would be bigger, scaled.
They are. Hold on.